Okay.
Yes, okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna alhamdulillahi nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa nashhadu anna sayyidina maulana Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي يسر ولا تؤثر وتمم بالخير. I'd like to welcome all of you with Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessing of Allah be on all of you. Tonight is module 2, lesson number 4 and 5. Haal and Sifat and compound Mubtada. And our classroom teacher is Ustad Hajira, and I will be in the background, and our principal, Dr. Mahmoud, is here as well. I'd like to welcome our Ustad Hajira. Please, can you share your document and start the lesson?
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Can you see my document?
Yes.
Okay. So, inshallah, let's begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. Right. I welcome you all to yet another session of module 2, lesson 4. And today we are covering 2 lessons, lesson 4 and lesson 5. The lesson 4 is about the Haal and the Sifat, the difference between them. Okay, so in this chapter we will be learning about a new terminology, which is Haal. Its definition, how to identify it, what state it appears in, and how it is different from Sifa. Okay, so we already know what a Sifa is from a descriptive phrase, right? Adjectival phrase. We know that in a descriptive phrase we have 2 nouns, right? We have 2 nouns. The first noun will be there and the second noun will be there. Okay, so now the first noun will be called as the Mawsoof and the next noun will be called as the Sifa, correct? And we have also seen that these 2 nouns, they match in I'rab, type, number and gender. We have seen that. So this is the basic thing about the Sifa. And what the Mawsoof and the Sifa. So the Sifa, what does the Sifa do? The Sifa basically describes the noun which comes before it. Okay, so that is the function of the Sifa. So now you have to just know the Sifa. What does the Sifa do? The Sifa basically describes the noun preceding it. Okay, so this is about the Sifa. And since I told you the Mawsoof and the Sifa, they match in I'rab, type, number and gender, the 4 properties of the noun. So whatever the I'rab of the Mawsoof is there, the Sifa will also carry the same I'rab. The Sifa basically, it can be marfu', it can be mansoob, it can be marfu', it can be mansoob, and it can also be majroor. Okay, so these are the basic things you just have to keep in your head. Okay, now moving forward, now as per the document here, the document says the document says here the definition of the Sifa as it's a single word, a phrase or a sentence following an indefinite ism. Okay, so when you see a single word, a phrase or a sentence. When it follows an indefinite ism, which is the nakira ism, then only you will call that particular ism or a word or a sentence as a sifa. Okay? Now, see the sentence here, the example here. لا أحب أن أشاهد طفلا باكيا. So it says, I don't want to see. What do you don't want to see? I don't want to see a child crying. So now if you notice the two words in the end, they are the mawsuf and the sifa, right? They match in i'rab, number, gender, and the type. Okay. Now this last word bakian. So now we are calling this bakian as a sifa. Now if this last word, it is preceded by a nakira ism. If it's preceding a nakira ism, and how do we know it's a nakira ism? When we see the tanween. When we see the tanween, we call it as a nakira ism. There is no definite article al there. Okay, and it has a tanween in the end. That's how we call it as a nakira ism, which is an indefinite ism. So when the last word is preceded by a nakira ism, we will call this particular word as a sifa. So you just have to remember this for now. So we are just dealing in with the most basic information about identifying the hal and the sifa. How would you say one particular word is a hal or a sifa? Okay, so the key point in identification of the sifa is when you see a word, a sentence, or a phrase. Now this particular thing, bakian is crying. It basically describes the state of the child, correct? It shows you what the child is, in what state the child is in. So the child is in the crying state. Okay. Now this here is a word. Now in this place, you can also have a phrase, a phrase. It can be a jar majrur shibu jumla, an incomplete sentence, or this place can also be a sentence. It can be the jumlatul ismiya, it can be jumlatul fi'liya. But for now here, it is a single word, a mufrad word. So let's go in that way. So the basic thing, if you see a word and it is preceded by a nakira ism, you will call that particular word or the element as a sifa. So you have to remember this. Okay. Now, the things which you have to remember here is the sifa is basically the description of the noun. And this description, this sifa, is not connected to the remaining part of the sentence, that is the action. Now, what is the action here? La uhibbu an ushahida. I don't want to see, or I don't love to see. That is the action. That is the action of the subject. Okay. So now this sifa, it does not describe the action. The sifa is only related to the description of the child. Okay. Now,
Ustaza, sorry to interrupt. I just had to attend another call. Which one is which is referring to the action here in this sentence? La uhibbu an ushahida. Which one is referring to the action?
It refers to the action of the subject, right?
Yeah, which one is it? Which verb are you referring to?
Uhib, I don't love to see the uhibbu.
It is ushahida.
I don't love to see. Okay, ushahida. Sorry, ushahida.
Seeing the child, seeing that action, not uhibbu. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sister. Okay, carry on, inshallah.
So basically, the action here is an ushahida. The action, I don't want to see. What we don't want to see? A child. So basically, the tiflan is acting as a maf'ul bihi. Okay, I don't want to witness, or I don't want to see a child, and the child is in the state of crying. So this state of crying basically describes only the state of the child, but it is not connected to the action in any way. So that is the sifa. So four things we have to remember here regarding the sifa. The first one is it can be a single word, a jumla or a phrase, and it is preceded by a nakira ism. Okay. Now the second one is this sifa is not connected to the action. Whatever action is being performed, this action can be the action of the subject or the object or both. Okay, so it does not describe the action, it is only related to the noun preceding it. The third point, like I said, it only describes the noun preceding it. And the other point which you have to remember about the sifa is, now the sifa can be marfu', it can be mansub, or it can be majroor. So this is the basic thing here. Now, moving to the next one. Now, since I said, like, whenever you see a word preceding a nakira ism, you call it as a sifa. Now, coming to the next example, now when you see, if the word is preceding a ma'rifa ism, like this here, لا أحب أن أشاهد طفل باكيا. Now here we see this is a الطفل is a ma'rifa ism. Now when we have a ma'rifa ism preceding a word, in this case, will we also call it as a sifa? So the answer here is no. So now this is the key point to remember here. Whenever you see a single word, a phrase, or a sentence, and it is being followed by a ma'rifa ism, that is, it's preceding the ma'rifa ism. Before this word, we have a ma'rifa ism. And how do we know that is a ma'rifa ism? We have the definite article, al, and the i'rab will be single. It will not be a tanween. When the word, phrase, or a sentence is followed by a ma'rifa ism, we call this particular word a hal. Okay, so hal is basically a circumstantial description, and it will be in the mansoob status. So now in this particular case, the hal is connected to the action. Like in sifa, I said the sifa only describes the noun preceding it. But in this case, the hal will also be connected to the action. So now what is the action? The action of witnessing or seeing a child. Okay, so the hal describes the state of the child while the action is going on. So basically the proper definition of hal would be that it will be a mansoob ism, and it will describe the state of the child while the action is going on. So the hal is connected to the action of either the subject or the object or both. Okay, so the hal is connected to the action of the subject or the object while the action is going on, and it basically describes the state of that particular thing. Okay, so these things you have to remember. For the hal will always be in the mansoob status. Okay, and it is preceded by the ma'rifa ism, and the hal will describe the state of the subject and the object. Is that clear? So that is the difference between the hal and the sifa. I repeat one more time. When you see a word preceding a nakira ism, you will call it as a sifa. When you see a nakira ism preceding a word, a phrase, or a sentence, you will call it a sifa. But when you see a word, a phrase, or an ism preceding a ma'rifa noun, an indefinite noun, you will call, definite noun, you will call it as a hal. Is that clear so far? So when you have the nakira ism, the word following it will be a sifa. When you see a ma'rifa ism, the word following it will be called as a hal. Is that clear? I don't hear
Mashallah.
anyone. I don't hear anyone.
They showed hands as well to Sister Jamila, a brand new student of Module 2, and
Yes.
Ustad Nazneen as well.
Uh,
Anyone, if you have
yes,
any
yes.
question, this is your time, please.
So should I repeat again, or is it clear, Sister
No,
Jamila?
you don't have to repeat.
Clear, Ustada, because I think everyone is showing emojis, so you've explained it so clearly.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, mashallah.
Okay.
I would only just bang on a few words, just repeating what Ustada said. And this is the core point here. Sifat, after a nakira ism, there will be no connection with the action. An ushahida tiflan nakira bakian. Now this bakian, ushahida is the action, but it is not connecting with the action, because to see a boy, a child, whose habit is to cry now and then. It's a cry baby. So it's a description of the tiflan. It is not connected that I saw to see a baby in crying state. It's not that. That action is not there. It's a description of his habit, nature. This is one. The other one is clearly an ushahida tifla in crying state. This is clearly connected to the ushahida action. This is the core point. If you remember this, then any sentence, verse you see in most verses, you will understand it. Just look for this connection, whether it is connected with the action. If it's not, it's sifat. If it's connected to the action by meaning, it is Haal. SubhanAllah. If you just understand this, this is one page short lesson, just to make you aware of these two rules. And these two rules are very, very special. I got it from a German, very, very reputable grammar book, which almost everyone in the world at top level uses that. Then I also got it confirmed with the classical Nahu book, Ajrumiyah, and another one. So this is very, very important. If you understand this, your life in this journey, trust me, will be different and better and enjoyable. These 2 points Ustad just said, and I just repeated. I hope. Ustad, everybody is showing their hands, alhamdulillah. I think,
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair for putting in your word as well, Ustad. Okay, so now if you see these two examples on the screen here, two ism here. Now the first one is the nakira ism. As soon as you see the nakira ism, you should understand that this is the sifat. Okay, now the last two words, the first one, when you see it as a ma'rifa ism, you should call the word following it as a hal. And also one more thing here, the statement in this also says the at-tifla is the dhul hal. Now what is the dhul hal? The dhul hal is an ism whose status is being described. Okay, so the hal basically describes the state of the ism, and that will be called as the sahibul hal. Now whose state is being described over here? The state of the child is being described here. So we will call al-tifla as a dhul hal or the sahibul hal. Okay, sahibul hal or dhul hal. Dhul hal. Okay, so this whose state is being described is called as the dhul hal. So you just have to remember the two terms for now, the hal and the dhul hal. Okay, so now since the statement says it's a single word, a phrase, or a sentence, so now we have seen about a single word. Now let us see certain examples to understand it more better. Now when you see this example over here, وَجَاءُوا أَبَاهُمْ عِشَاءً يَبْكُونَ. Now وَجَاءُوا, and they came أَبَاهُمْ, to their father, إِشَاءً, which is at night, يَبْكُونَ is weeping. So they came to their father, عشاء يبكون. So now here when you see this, these two words in the end, okay, now tell me. Now we have to find out whether it is the hal or the sifa. Now who wants to come up? Who can make any guess that if this particular thing is a sifa or it is a hal? Let's see now.
I'd like to,
Yes, please, brother.
uh, it's a sifa
Okay, what make you think that it's a sifa?
because it's following Nakita noun.
Okay, so yeah, that's the point you have to remember about the identification of the sifa. Okay, so now you say that when we have a nakira ism, the following would be the sifa. But now tell me, do you think the isha'an, what does isha'an mean? It means at night time. Do you think it is by meaning? Does it sound non-specific or specific? Like, you know, it is showing you the exact time. When we know something specific, we call it the nakira ism or the marifa ism. When I say Muhammad, that means I'm specifying one particular person, right? Muhammad. But if I say waladun, a boy, right? Don't know what boy is it? Who is it? But when I say Muhammadun, I'm specifying that person. So now here, what Muhammad will be treated as a definite ma'rifa ism. But here isha'an, if you see here, by meaning, it is a ma'rifa ism, not a nakira ism. It looks like nakira because, you know, when you see the tanween, you might think, everyone else will also think that this is a nakira ism. But isha'an, it is specifying you a certain part of the time. What time is it? At night. So now this isha'an is a ma'rifa ism, not a nakira ism. So when we have a word, a sentence, or a phrase preceded by a ma'rifa ism, what do we call it? Do we call it a sifa or the hal?
Al-hal.
We will call it the hal. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this isha'an is showing us a specific time. The time is known to us. So this isha'an by meaning at night is a ma'rifa ism. So the element which follows after the ma'rifa ism will be treated as a hal. Now let us analyze this hal. Now yabkun, what do you think this yabkun looks like? This yabkun, it looks like a what? Who can say what does it look like?
Jumla.
What is it? What is it? It's a
It's the
mudari verb, correct? Don't you see
yes.
the element? Huh?
The
The
ya.
alamat mudari, the ya is there. So that is yabkun. Okay. So now when we have a mudari, what do you think? What information is it giving us? Mudari means it's the present tense,
Present
right?
tense. Yes.
It shows us the tense. What else does it show? It shows us the action. What is the action here? Bakaya. Weeping is the action. And who is the doer of the action? Una ending. That is a showing. Okay. That also shows us the doer. So now this particular present tense, it is giving us the complete information. It is showing us the present tense. It is showing us the tense. It is showing us the action, which is the action of crying, right? Weeping. And it is also showing us the doer. So action fi'l is known, fa'il is known, and also the tense is also known. So now this particular word sounds like a jumla in itself. It is a complete sentence in itself. So please make a note of this point. The present tense verb is a complete jumla in itself. It is a complete sentence in itself. Now,
As well as madi verb as well, right?
The madi verb as well. Yes, it
Because
shows
if
that.
if the doer is there, if the action is there, if the timing tense is there, this is a
Mhm.
sentence. Khalas.
Correct.
Mashallah.
Correct. So now if you see, analyze the sentence, I said a single word, a phrase, or a sentence. So we have seen an example of a single word here. Now in this example, we are seeing a sentence as a hal. Now you understand, huh? The hal can be a single word. The hal can also be a sentence. Now this hal, why are we calling this hal? Because it is being preceded by a ma'rifa ism. Okay. Okay, and now since I said when you hear the word hal, you should think about who is the dhul hal. Whose action is being described here? Who can tell me? Okay, now this sentence is from Surah Yusuf, right? وَجَاءُوا أَبَاهُمْ عِشَاءً يَبْكُونَ. They came to their father at night. Who came to their father? Who came? You tell me, waja'u. So now here, who is the file here? The home, right?
Yes.
Who came? The brothers.
Yeah.
The brothers came at what time? At what time did they come? They come at the night time crying. To whom did they come to? They came to their father. So here, abahum is the maf'ul. Do you understand that?
Yes.
This is the maf'ul, abahum, the maf'ul. But who is the dhul hal here? The father or the brothers? Who is the dhul hal? Whose condition is being described here?
Brothers.
The brothers' condition is being described here. So we will call this one the ja'u. So this hum is a dhul hal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So when you see the hal, always think of checking out, finding out whose condition is being described. Who is sahibul hal or the dhul hal? So here, whom, the brothers, is the dhul hal. Okay?
Yes.
Right. Now coming to the next example here, the next sentence which is given here. وَلَا تُخْزِنِي يَوْمَ يُبْعَثُونَ. Okay, and do not disgrace me on the day of resurrection, or on the day while they are resurrected. Sister Jamila, do you want to come and analyze? Now tell me what is what. What is hal? What is hal or sifa? Tell me.
Yeah. Yawma yub'athuna. So day of resurrection. So here yub'athuna is the hal.
Okay, what makes you think that it's a hal?
Because this yawma is ma'rifa. It's talking about the Yawmuddin, the last day.
Okay, so it's marifa. It's marifa. It's talking about one specific day. We know what
Yes.
day it is. Yawma.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is
So-
the marifa ism, right? So
Yeah.
whenever we have the marifa ism, the thing which follows it is what?
Is the hal.
Is the hal. Now, can you please explain, is this word a particular sentence or a phrase or a single word? Looks like a single
It's
word.
a sentence. Yub'athuna is a sentence.
Okay. How is it a sentence? It's just a word, right? Yub'athun.
Disgrace me on the day. Yub'athuna on the day of resurrection. Yub'athuna is a mudari.
Okay.
So una is the doer.
Okay.
And
Yes.
it is a present future verb. So it has to be a sentence.
Correct. So the ba'atha is the action, right? The the ya with the dhamma, that shows the alamati mudari, and
Yes.
action is ba'atha.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have
Una,
the doer, right? The
doer,
owner,
yes.
which is whom here.
Home, yeah.
The present tense, the tense is known, the action is known, the doer is known. So the yub'athuna, it is
Is
a
a-
complete sentence in itself.
Yeah.
So now, do we call yub'athuna a sifa or a hal?
Hal. Because
Why?
it follows a ma'rifa word.
It is preceded
Noun, yeah.
by a ma'rifa.
Preceded by a ma'rifa noun.
So that's why we call it as a hal. Okay, good
Yes.
job. So now hal.
So
How
Zulhal,
do you describe the hal? What is hal? Hal is
Hal is the state of a subject or something while the action is happening.
while the
Very
action
good.
is happening. Very
Very
good.
good.
So now when you know the hal, what else should you think for finding out?
Actually, it has to be mansoob.
Yes,
Mm.
exactly. Yes, very good. It has to be mansub. Now you tell me where's the i'rab. Now since it is a hal, now since I said the hal is a mansub ism, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look like mansub, right? The una ending shows that it's a ma'rifa. I mean maqur,
Yes. Yeah.
right? So what do you call it? In this case, we call it fi mahalli nasab, right? Because it's a hal.
Okay.
We will call it fi mahalli nasab in place of nasab, correct?
Okay. Okay.
Now, when we know the hal, what should you looking for?
Zulhal.
We looking for the dhul hal. What is the other name of dhul hal?
Shahibul Hal.
Sahibul hal.
Yeah.
It is sahibul hal. What is sahibul hal?
It's the object or a noun about which we are describing, like
Whose state is being
described.
is the sahibul hal or the dhul hal. Now tell me, what is dhul hal here?
Me. تحسنين يبعثون
Yeah.
يوم يبعثون.
The young
No, as resurrection. While they are resurrected. Yeah. So they. Una. They is
Una.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Una. Yes. It has to be they then.
Yes.
Because they are resurrected. So it's about they.
Yes.
They? I don't think so. Do
Whom?
not disgrace me.
Doesn't it say is tuqzini? So, and do not disgrace me.
وَلَا تُخْزِنِي.
No, it
Do
is
not
not.
disgrace me, right?
And me on the day in a state when I am being resurrected. So it is, I means they are being resurrected. So they, wow, whom is the subject here, doer here, that's the zulhal here.
Yeah.
Not look at the meaning, la tukhzini. This is not the action connected with that resurrection. Don't embarrass me. Okay? On the day when I am in the state of being resurrected, I means they are. So it's them who are being resurrected. So the zulhal of this is wow, whom. Okay?
Yeah, they. Yeah.
It's a bit confusing, this one.
Now, it's not confusing. It's the action who is involved in the action. It's to zini. It's a nahi separate sentence altogether. But it's all about on the day, some people are being resurrected. It's an action. Who is involved in the action? They. And the action is being resurrected in the state when they are being resurrected. It's 100%, okay?
Okay, Ustad.
Inshallah.
Someone got their hand
Okay. Okay, I have to just say one thing here. This chapter, as I said in the beginning, and Ustad expressed it, this chapter is about the difference between Sifat and Haal, and mainly focusing on these two rules. Now, Ustada, mashallah, very, very nicely also covered quite a bit, which is actually fully taught in our lesson, which is it 16 or
15?
15. Those who are still a little bit, of course you can't be confident on Haal because they haven't taught this to you. And this chapter is not to teach you about Haal fully, but she touched on so that you understand what she's talking about. If at this stage, still focus on these two, about Haal, Dhul Haal, Sahibul Haal, and the subject and the object, example, being Haal. These are well covered on lesson 15. So you might actually visit that. And until then, you don't have to worry, but make sure you are very clear about these two rules. Sifat, after Nakira, how it happens. Haal, after Marifa, how it happens, what is involved. This is the core. The rest of the thing, just wait for the next chapter as well, please. Otherwise, we have another, I think, much longer. This is only 1-page lesson. So I may want to conclude like this. You know.
Yeah.
It cannot be, Haal cannot be taught in this because it's not supposed to also learn about full Haal. It's just, again, going back to these two rules.
Okay, yes. Yes.
One is connected to the action, the other one is not connected to the action.
Okay.
That's the core message here.
So,
Inshallah.
yeah. So one more example to just make your understanding one more clear here, understanding here. So here we have fi jidiha hablum min masad. Okay. So now that means in her neck a rope of palm fiber. Now this fi jidiha hablum min masad. Now if you see here, the hablum is what kind of ism is this? This is a hablum is a nakira ism. Now if you see here min masad, from the palm fiber. So now this one is the ashibhu jumla. By mim masad does not convey complete information, correct? So this is jar majroor shibhu jumla. So now this is an example where a phrase can also come before the nakira ism. Now in this particular case, we will call astaghfirullah. I lost the page. Okay, is it there? Okay, now here, can you see the page or no?
Yes, we can see. Yeah.
Okay, so now mim masad, now we call it mim masad as a phrase. Now when the phrase is preceded by a nakira ism, we will call mim masad as a hal or the sifa.
Shifa.
We will call it as a sifa. Okay, so now this is the identification. So the whole take out of this lesson is identifying a sifa or a hal. When you see a nakira ism, the element which follows after the nakira ism, you will call it as a sifa. The sifa can be in any state. It can be mansoob, majroor, or marfu'. And when an element is preceded by a ma'rifa ism, you will call it as a hal. Now the hal is a mansoob ism. Okay, it shows you the state or the condition of the action, a state or condition of the subject or the object while the action is being going on, and it is in the mansoob status. Okay, so now when you have the hal, you will also have the dhul hal. So just get familiar with these terminologies, inshallah. So that will be enough for you for now. Okay, that's all about the lesson
Okay,
number 4.
so I'll just finish off with one line you just showed, the example. Fiji the hablum min masad. Everyone follow, and I'm sure you by now you know, I'm just repeating. Min masad is a sifat. Why? Because it appeared after an nakira ism. What are the other evidences? Yeah, definitely this is a sifat of hablum. By meaning, can you see it's a description? What type of rope? A rope which is made of palm fiber. Description. Also, is it connected to any action there? Fi jidiha hablum min masad. There is no verb at all. So there is no action connected to the phrase. So definitely, this is sifat. So you look for this. Is it connected to an action? Is it describing quality, description, more information about the ism, nakira ism? It is not describing the state of a subject or object involved in an action. It is not. It is sifat. But when it is hal. This is the takeaway, brothers and sisters. Only this. If you understood, successful. Okay, Ustad, next please.
Okay.
Everybody, I'm advising you also look at the lesson 15 in advance, inshallah. Watch the video, then together these two, you are really mastering 2 lessons together. But we're teaching full how later. Okay, inshallah. MashaAllah, Ustada. Well done.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So now the next lesson we will be doing here is the compound mubtada, the khabar and the maf'ul. Now, this is an extended version from the module 1, lesson 6, if you remember, where we introduced the subject, the predicate, the mubtada and the khabar. And we also said that the subject can be a single word, it can be a noun phrase, or it can be a sentence by itself. So now in that chapter, we have seen how we have the compound mubtada, the compound khabar, by using the English sentences. Now in this lesson, we will be looking the mubtada, compound mubtada and the khabar with the examples from the Quran, inshallah. Okay, so now here, understanding the compound structure of the mubtada, which is the subject, the khabar, which is the predicate, and the maf'ul, which is the object in Arabic sentences, is essential for accurate translation, interpretation, and appreciation of its complexities and the fine details. Okay, so now here, now if you remember the lesson which we covered on Sunday for module 2, which is about the sentences. So now there we have seen that the basic default structure of the sentence, we know that the default structure of the sentence, what is the default structure of the sentence? First, we will have the mubtada, which is followed by the khabar, and then whatever muta'alliq bil khabar maf'ul, whatever is there, we will have that. Okay, now you have to just keep that thing in head. Now first we will see the example of the compound mubtada. So now what is the position of the mubtada in the sentence? So the mubtada basically comes in the beginning of the sentence as a default rule. Now if you see here this example, first we will see the compound mubtada. Okay, now هؤلاء الناس الطيبون أصدقائي. Now if the meaning is these kind people are my friends. Okay, now how am I just placing these the auxiliary word are in the sentence? Now we know that whenever we see the are in the translation, we should understand that okay, this is a jumlatul ismiya. Now if you analyze the sentence here, هؤلاء, what does هؤلاء mean? هؤلاء is these. Now الناس الطيبون, if you see here, that is mawsuf sifa, right? So now if I just have هؤلاء الناس, okay, let me say that okay, this only هؤلاء is the mubtada, but when I just do the translation, هؤلاء, these are good people. Okay, and then أصدقائي, my friends, right, are my friends. Okay, so now how do we frame the sentence? These are good people are my friends, doesn't make a sense, right? So now we have to place the are properly here. So now what will I say instead? I will say these kind people, this whole part, these kind people are my friends. Now if you see here أصدقائي, so what do we have? That is mudaf ilayhi, right? That is mudaf ilayhi. Okay, so this as asdiqa plus the ya mutakallam, asdiqai are my friends. So now this particular part, haula innasu tayyibuna, becomes our mubtada. Is that clear? Mubtada. So now here the mubtada, if you see here, we have a couple words together. So we will call it as a compound mubtada. Now, why are we calling this a compound mubtada? Because if you see here, we have an R in the translation. We have an R in the translation, which says that this is jumlatul ismiya. In the jumlatul ismiya, we have the mubtada and the khabar. So now in this particular case, here we have a compound mubtada. Is that clear? Now, when we have the mubtada, we will look in for the khabar. So asdiqai is the khabar. Is that clear? So now here the mubtada is a combination of words. So this is the way the compound mubtada appears. Okay. Now moving on to, now let us see the example of the compound khabar. Now this example. فَذَلِكُمُ اللَّهُ رَبُّكُمُ الْحَقُّ. Okay, now here, فَذَلِكَ. So that is Allah, your Lord, the truth. Now, فَذَلِكُمْ, what do you think is فَذَلِكُمْ? ذَلِكُمْ is what? The demonstrative pronoun, correct? So the fa here means it's so, that is fa istinafia, which is used to connect from the previous sentence. So we had some previous sentence. So this is just a part of the sentence. So we have فَذَلِكُمْ. So that is Allah. Okay. So now, so that is Allah. So that is Allah. Okay. That is Allah. So that is, now Allah is giving us the information. So that is Allah. So that is Allah. So now here, I'm so sorry, something is happening.
No worry.
I'm so sorry about it. Okay. So فَذَلِكُمْ here, it acts as a mubtada. Okay. Now Allahu gives the khabar. Now if you see here, Rabbukum. Now this Rabbu is related to Allah. Now the Rabbu is acting as the badal of Allah. So now Allahu is in the marfu status. That's why Rabbu is also in the marfu status. Now again, the Rabbukum here, the Rabbukum is the idafa structure here. Rabbukum, that is mudaf ilayhi. Okay, now that is also connected to Allah. That is connected to Allah. Now al-haqqu, the truth. Now al-haqqu, if you see, we have a definite article al. Okay, so now this is a ma'rifa ism. Now this is related to, again, Allah. So now this is acting as a sifa of Allah. If you see, Allahu al-haqqu, that is mawsuf and the sifa. So basically, Rabbukum is also related to Allah. Al-haqqu is also related to Allah. So now this particular part together as a segment is acting as a compound khabar. Now, فَذَلِكُمْ. Now you might think that ذَلِكَ is a, what is a ذَلِكَ? ذَلِكَ is a demonstrative pronoun. So whether it is ذَلِكَ or ذَلِكُمْ. Now what is the translation of ذَلِكَ? ذَلِكَ is that, right? So ذَلِكَ is basically for when you represent a single, when you are talking about one single male. Now the ذَلِكُمْ, it looks like a pronoun, but the ذَلِكُمْ is actually one word. So we say, so that is Allah. Okay, so this is the plural representation. ذَلِكُمْ, it addresses a group of people, to the group of males, basically. So for ذَلِكُمْ is one word, is the same word. Okay,
Yes.
so the kum there is not the attached pronoun by itself. Okay, so it basically just addresses a group of people, mukhatab. So ذَلِكُمْ or ذَلِكَ, it still means the same translation, that. So ذَلِكُمْ as a whole word, it is one word. So that is, that it acts like a mubtada here, because when we have seen the previous lessons where we have seen the list of all the ma'rifa ism, what all ism do we call as a ma'rifa? The proper names, the one with the al and a single haraka, all the demonstrative pronouns, relative pronouns, yeah, the mudaf in the mudaf ilayhi structure, and also in the when we have the harf nida, all of those, the ism following those are all treated as a ma'rifa ism. Okay, now here, so that's why ذَلِكُمْ is treated as a mubtada. That's a mubtada, and the following part is the khabar. So that is the compound khabar. I hope that is clear. So Allahu Rabbukumul Haqqu is acting as a compound khabar to the mubtada ذَلِكُمْ. Okay. Hello, is that clear or no?
Yes,
Yes,
alhamdulillah.
yes, sister.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Okay, now coming to the other example of the compound khabar. Okay, now Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Now Alhamdu. Now we see this al is a mubtada ism, correct? When the al is coming there, alhamdu is the mubtada because that's a ma'rifa ism. Alhamdu. So all the praise. This is all the praise. All the praise is for who? For Allah. Okay. So alhamdu is a mubtada. La ilaha illallah. Alhamdu here is a mubtada. And lillahi. Lillahi is the now our khabar is starting. Now lillahi, for Allah. Now when you see the Allah and the Rabb side by side, you should understand that this Rabb is a badal of Allah. So when we have the badal, we call Allah as the mubdal minhu, if you remember our second lesson in module 2. So badal mubdal minhu. Allah is the mubdal minhu here. Rabb is connected to Allah, which is the badal of Allah. Okay. Now, Rabbil Alameen here. So Rabbil Alameen is the idafa structure here. Okay. Mudaf ilayhi. So this is Al-Alamina. It's in the majroor status. So all of this, Rabbi and Al-Alamina is related to Allah. So we treat Lillahi Rabbil Alameen as a compound khabar to the mubtada alhamdu. Okay, is that clear? Now, can anyone say why do we have Rabbi? Why does the B has a kasra there? Lillahi Rabbi. Why not Rabbul Alameen?
Because Rabbi is a badal of Lillahi, so it has to follow the i'rab of the mubdal minhu.
Okay, what is the i'rab of mubdal minhu?
Yeah, Lillahi is mubdal minhu, Rabbi is badal, so it has to match the i'rab.
Correct, exactly. So the harf jar li is giving a kasra to the noun Allah. So that
Lillahi is not mubdal minhu.
Allah
is the mubdal
minhu. So that is li plus Allahu.
Allah, yes.
Correct.
So Allah in the mubdal minhu, they follow the mubdal minhu and the badal, they follow the same i'rab.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why we have Rabbi and Rabbil Alamina. What is the i'rab of Al-Alamina?
Jar, because Rabbil Alamina is mudaf ilayhi.
So mudaf ilayhi is in the majroor status.
Majroor state, yes.
Okay. So now
tell her about the term mudaf chain, please.
Yeah, so here, Lillahi Rabbi. So what do you think? The Lord of the words. Now here we have the first part, Lillahi Rabbi, is the first mudaf ilayhi structure, correct?
Yes.
Then the Rabbi is becoming the mudaf of the word Al-Alamina.
Yeah.
So here we have mudaf ilayhi too. This one. So
I
this
didn't get the Lillahi Rabbi. Is it mudaf ilayhi? Badal.
Yes. The Lord.
No, it is badal. Sorry.
It is badal.
Mudaf chain is not here. I'm sorry. I was confused.
Oh, the next one. Okay. Okay, good.
Right.
Okay.
But there are, Bismillah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is a mudaf chain.
Yeah, that has to. Yes.
No, that is also not. Alhamdulillah.
This is also a chain.
Bismillahi. Yeah, Bismillah. This is mudaf chain. There are a lot of mudaf chains, Sister Jamila, Sister Shamila. You'll see a lot of. So it is not an example mudaf chain. It is badal, mubdal minhu badal, and then badal is Rabbi is acting as a Masuf. Sorry, yes,
Mudaf.
Mudaf. So it's a single mudaf phrase. Okay, carry on. Sorry, I confused you.
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it, Sister Sada, we got it here now, mudaf chain. So
yes, in the next example we have the mudaf chain. Okay, now coming to the next example. Now since we have seen the compound mubtada and the compound khabar, in the same way we have the compound mafool. As you know, the mafool is the object there. Okay, the receiver of the action. Now let's see the example. فَسَبِّحْ بِاسْمِ رَبِّكَ الْعَظِيمِ. فَسَبِّحْ. The sabbih here is a is an amr, right? And how do we know this is an amr? Because it has a sukoon on the last variable. Okay, fasabbih. So glorify the name of your Lord. So glorify what? What should we glorify? So this particular part answers the question. So this part is a maf'ul. Okay, and if you see here, bismi. So the b plus ismu became bismi. Okay, so the name. Here we have the name. Then we have Rabbika, the name of your Rabb. Now here Rabbi is acting as a mudaf ilayhi, and the ism is the mudaf here. So we have the first mudaf ilayhi structure here. Now then we have the name of your Rabb, Rabbika. Then again this is mudaf ilayhi, Rabbika. Again this is your mudaf ilayhi. Then Rabbika al-azim, your Lord, the most greatest. And then again we have here the idafa structure here, Rabbika al-azim. So this is the what do you call as a nested mudaf ilayhi.
Ustada.
Yes.
Ism mudaf, Rab mudaf ilayhi, Raf mudaf, Ta mudaf ilayhi, Al-Azim is a sifat of Rab. Okay?
Is a sifa. Oh yes, I'm so sorry.
Look at this again. Everyone look at this again by yourself.
Okay.
Ism, Rab is idafa phrase, Rab and Ka is idafa phrase, and it is called mudaf chain situation where you have got two mudaf ilayhi within Ism, Rab, Ka. Al-Azimi is matching the irab of Rab because it is Rab's sifat, describing what Rab is, that great sifat.
Yeah, okay. So yes,
Yep.
I'm so sorry
Yep.
about it. So this
No,
al-
it's easy to miss out, you know. It's
Yeah.
easy to, I was mixing up before, but this is the right one, alhamdulillah. Mudaf chain, three together. Ism, Rab, Ka. Sister Shamila, Brother Dennis,
Yes.
did you follow this so far?
Yes, Ustad.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Very good. Excellent,
Okay. So
Ustad.
these were the examples of compound mubtada, khabar, and the maf'ul. Now on this page we have couple examples from the Quran which show the compound mubtada, khabar, and maf'ul. Okay. Now the first one here we have إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون. Okay. So now here it says إن الذين كفروا, indeed those who disbelieved, سواء عليهم, same for them, أأنذرتهم, whether you warn them, or لم تنذرهم, do not warn them, لا يؤمنون, they will not believe. Okay. Now inna here is harf nasiba. Okay. Now this also adds an emphasis to the sentence, like in the previous lesson which we learned about the abnormal sentence structure. We have seen that when we have the inna, it adds emphasis to it. So now when we have an inna, the ism following it will be called as the ismu inna. So alladhina here, this is a what is it? This is ismu inna, and it is ismu mawsul, correct? So now this is mabni, but it will be in the fatha status. Okay, fi mahalli nasab. Now here we have the kafaru. Kafaru is what? Kafaru is the silatul mawsul which is related to alladhina. Okay. So now this is they disbelieved. So this is fi'l and the fa'il. So innal ladhina kafaru, indeed those who disbelieved. Okay, now the remaining part of the sentence, sawa'un alayhim a'anzartahum am lam tunzirhum. Now if we see here, now this structure, if we want to analyze the structure, a'anzartahum am lam tunzirhum, whether you warn them or you don't warn them, it is same for them. Okay, so kind of these two things are interchanged here. Okay, now if I just translate this part, whether you warn them or you don't warn them is same for them. Now since this is coming, I will call this particular part as a jumlatul ismiya. Yes or no? When we have the is or am in the translation, we will call the sentence as a jumlatul ismiya. So within the sentence, I have another sentence here that is the jumlatul ismiya. Okay. Now here what is happening here? أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ is the mubtada. Is a mubtada over here. And sawa'un alayhim gives the information about whether you warn them or don't warn them. It is the same for them. So it sounds like a khabar. So now here, the mubtada and the khabar structure is being inverted here. So now, that's why, now why do you think this is inverted here? It is inverted here to emphasize the sentence. This is inverted here to have emphasis. Now, since the khabar is coming before, we will call is the khabru muqaddam. And since the mubtada is coming after it, we will call it mubtada muakhar. Okay? Is that clear? So now, but here, if you see here, this mubtada, this is acting as a compound mubtada here. We have so many words in the sentence, so this is a compound mubtada, and we have two words here. This is khabr and then muta'alliq bil khabar alayhim. So this is a compound structure, so this is for your understanding. So whether you warn them or you do not warn them, it is the same for them. So now here the mubtada and the khabar are inverted. Khabar is coming first. You will call is a mubtada, khabar muqaddam, and it is followed by the mubtada. Mubtada is coming in the end. That's why you call it as a mubtada muakhar. So they will not believe. So this here. So now since here we have two emphasis here. Since the mubtada and the khabar are inverted, that is a one first emphasis. And again, when we have the harfu inna there, that inna, it basically introduces a nominal sentence also, and it also gives you some kind of emphasis to it. So this is one of the example how you can identify the compound mubtada, the khabar, their structure, whether it is a normal sentence or it is an abnormal sentence by switching their positions. Okay, so that is the thing. And
Okay. You are going to the next sentence, I believe, right?
yes.
I just wanted to, because I missed some as well, so I want to make sure that it is covered. So you, mashallah, you started with innal lazina kafaru, and then how did we end that sentence? Because we have got ismu inna here, and what is khabaru inna of that?
Yes.
Itself.
So now, whenever we have the ismu inna, we will look in for the khabar inna. Okay. Now, ismu inna alladhina is the alladhina is the ismu inna. Correct? Where is the khabaru inna? Khabar, what is giving the khabar? The sawa'un is giving us the information, right? Yes, Ustad? So,
This sentence, yeah. If you allow me, I will just clarify that completely.
okay.
This sentence this is a verse. It can be grammatically analyzed in 2-3 different ways, all correct. But from the point of view that we are learning compound structure, I will show this to them. Okay, as I said, 2, 3, 4 different ways, which we will be discussing in later, discussing time to time about the structure of compound sentences. And also, not only that, say you got one big sentence like innal lazina kafaru la yu'minun. This is one sentence, my brothers and sisters, the color coded here, so that you understand example of compound structure. So it is a jumlatul ismiya, a sentence starting with inna. It will have ismu inna and khabru inna. Al-lazina is ismu inna. La yu'minun is khabru inna. This is related. Look at the meaning. Innal lazina kafaru la yu'minun. Okay. Then another sentence came in the middle, and it is common in Quran. There is a mubtada here and a lot of information in between. And suddenly at the end, after 5, 6, 7, 8 words, there is a khabar there, right at the end. In between, there are other sentences which will also play some role. So first of all, you saw one compound structure, innal lazina kafaru la yu'minun. Now what is you have to now connect What's the relationship between kafaru and al-lazina? It is
Yes.
al-lazina. Yes, what is it?
Yes.
Anyone can? So the relationship is al-lazina is an ismul mawsul and kafaru is silatul mawsul. So they are not connected. These two now is compound. Compound is moving now. Al-lazina kafaru, my brothers and sisters, understand. And it is so beautiful. This will be repeated again and again, particularly the quizzes when I share time to time with you. Pay attention. It will be all very, very well consumed by you and you will love it. But you need to just follow this. So in the middle, there is an independent Jumlatul Ismiya, which is Salamun Alayhim, etc., which Ustada explained. And then if you will see this kind of thing a lot within Quranic verse, a long verse you will see, then you'll see one sentence here, then another sentence here, and within one sentence there is more sentences. It may be Jumlatul Ismiya, maybe Jumlatul Fi'liya as well. Okay? Say for example, La yu'minun, this is Jumlatul Fi'liya. So the Khabru inna is itself a Jumlatul Fi'liya. Can you see? That is also another Jumla. Love it. Open your heart and keep showing more interest in it. When you see a verse, read it. When you read Quran, spend time, pause and spend time. And at that point, you can always ask in the group saying, I'm confused. Is it not this? I have done this. I've broken it down like this. Ustad, can you correct? Ustad Muhammad or myself will definitely help. Okay? So master this. Can you see how many fragment are showed within one line, long line? I hope it's okay. If you understood 50%, great success. Ustad, I need to continue now, inshallah.
Okay. Okay, now the next sentence, which is basically a no, not from the Quran. Now this sentence, يريد أن يذهب إلى المسجد. Now yuridu here is the verb, correct? Is the mudari verb. So he wants to go to the masjid. Now he wants to. What does he want to do? He wants to. This answers the question. This is a maf'ul bihi. Okay, yuridu an yadhhaba. Now this an yadhhaba, when you see here, this is called the masdar mu'awwal. I'm not sure if you know that. Whenever you add an ism, the harf an to the mudari verb yadhhabu, it will become yadhhaba.
Yeah, they will not know yet. Yeah.
Yeah, noun-like entity. It changes the action of the verb into a noun-like entity. So it means to go. Okay. So this an yadhhaba, it means to go. Where does he want to go? To the masjid, ilal masjidi. So to go to the masjid, it acting as a compound maf'ul bihi. Okay. So now we can also say, reframe this sentence as to go to the masjid is his wish. Okay. So we can also do that. So basically here we are just trying to understand whether the object or the maf'ul is one word or a combination of the words. So now here the example of the compound maf'ul bihi here. To go to the masjid, combination of couple words, is his wish. Yeah, he wants to go to the masjid. What does he want to do? He wants to go to the masjid. So that means it's the maf'ul bihi, and together the whole thing. Okay, so we will the i'rab, we will say that the i'rab of this compound maf'ul bihi will be fi mahalli nasab, because the maf'ul will always be in the mansub status. Okay, so that is pretty easy. Now similarly, a slight change in the sentence from the above one is like, now we have alayhi. So here we had a verb, correct? But here we have the jar majroor segment here. So alayhi. Okay, so it is up to him. What is up to him? To go to the masjid is up to him. Now when we have a jar majroor in the beginning of the sentence, we will call it jar majroor shibu jumla khabar, and the khabar is mahzoof here, right, Ustad? So this is
Khabar is muqaddama, actual
Khabar
khabar is
and
mahzuf.
coming
This is
in the
khabar
beginning.
muqaddama, yeah.
So since it's coming in the beginning, we will call it the khabru muqaddam. Okay. And here our mubtada. So when we have the khabar, we will have the mubtada. Okay. So now here we have the example of the compound mubtada. So now since mubtada is coming later, we will call is the mubtada muakhar. Now what do you think will be the i'rab of the compound mubtada here? Compound mubtada, what will be the i'rab? Like here we said, the i'rab of the compound maf'ul bihi is what? Fi mahalli nasab. Now since this is a mubtada and it is coming later, what will you call it? What will be the i'rab of the compound mubtada? Muakhar.
Yeah, daba.
Fi mahalli. Yeah. Marfu. Marfu. What is the i'rab of the mubtada?
Usually mubtada is marfu, rafa.
Marfu. So we say fi mahalli marfu. Here.
Marfu, okay.
Fi mahalli nasab. The other one, Mafool is fi mahalli nasab, and the second one is fi mahalli rafa, because it is mubtada.
Fi mahalli
Yes.
rafa. Fi mahalli rafa.
Fi mahalli rafa. Fi means in, mahal means status, in rafa or nasab. Now, these will be repeated, my dear brothers and sisters, because we are only touching it and to be repeated. Don't worry about this. Understand the structure, compound, as Ustad is going one by one. That's why you focus, okay? Make sure you understand that, inshallah. You see, when there is a fail, sentence starting with fail, what has it got? It has got fail file. Straight away, you as a grammar student, you are now looking for the next one might be mafool. How would you identify it? If it is a single word, mufrad, you will identify as just nasab state. I read a book. Okay? So a book, single word, and you will see nasab easily with fatha ending, no problem. But now as module 2 students, you would look for, with that first word after fail, file, could that be a compound mafool? After the first word, which is ayazhaba, okay? Ayazhaba. Now it looks like it's not a single mufrad mafool bihi here, but after fail file, 99% there will be a mafool bihi. Okay, so now go through an plus yadhhaba plus ilal masjid. What does it mean? It means to go to the mosque. So I would like, sorry, he wants to do what? He wants to do what? To go to the mosque. Total compound by meaning. That is total is mafool. Your way of thinking has to change from now on. Because you have to deal with, you have to love this compound structure, and you become an engineer for this. You are looking for it, you're constructing this. It might work, it may not be. It would be something else, but you have to exclude that. It is not a compound mafool after a fail file one single word. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, Sabuna coming. It's a fail file. So what is going to happen after that? Ustada might tell you now. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, so the way the Ustad just told us that whenever we see any sentence, we should identify whether it is a Jumlatul Ismiya or the Jumlatul Fi'liya. Okay. So now here, this example, وَيَحْسَبُونَ أَنَّهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ. Now the first thing, what we should do, we should find out whether the first word is a fi'l or a ism. So now what do you think? وَيَحْسَبُونَ looks like a fi'l. So now this statement, I will call it as a Jumlatul Fi'liya. Now, وَيَحْسَبُونَ, what does it mean? وَيَحْسَبُونَ is the fi'l. And they think. What do they think? Okay, now as soon as we have the fi'l and the fa'il, now here we have the fi'l and the fa'il here. the fi'l and we have the fa'il here. Okay, so now when we have the fi'l and the fa'il, what should we look in for? We should look in for the maf'ul here. So what is maf'ul? Annahum muhtadun. They think that they are rightly guided. So now this particular part is a compound maf'ul bihi. Yeah. So that is compound maf'ul bihi, and we know that the maf'ul is in the nasab status. So that is fi mahalli nasab. Okay, so that is only about it. So this statement is a jumlatul fi'liya. When we have the fi'l and the fa'il, we look in for the maf'ul. So this part is acting as a compound maf'ul bihi, and the i'rab is fi mahalli nasab. So as simple as that, because it answers the question, what do they think? Whatever answers the question, we call it as a maf'ul bihi. So pretty much about it. So please keep in your mind, why are we going through this page? We are just trying to find out what is mubtada, khabar, and maf'ul, and whether they are one word or a combination of words. So basically in the ayah, we can have combination of words. So way to draw a line, how do we identify what is mubtada, what is khabar, what is the maf'ul? So this is the way we do it. So we have to keep on questioning. After we see every word, we should try to question ourselves. What is it answering? Who is acting as who? What is the subject? What is the object? Who is the doer? Who is the receiver? Okay, so basically all of those. So this will help us to analyze the statement and try to interpret the meaning of the sentence correctly. Now, this particular example is just giving us revision of one of the topic which we learned earlier, which was about the external doer. Okay, now let us see. The sentence says, تَبَيَّنَ لَهُ أَنَّهُ عَدُوٌّ. So it means it became apparent to him that he was an enemy. Now, the first thing when we look at the sentence, we should see whether this is a jumlatul ismiya or the jumlatul fi'liya. Now here, since it is becoming, now what do you think, students, like whether this is a or a fi'l? It is a fi'l, and this is a form 5 word. So maybe you will learn this later in the upcoming course. So now here, tabayyana. So that means it became clear. Now, what do you think? Who is the fi'l is here, bayyana. And who is the fa'il here? What do you think? Tabayyana. Okay.
Because it is, so you said bayana, say tabayana is a full letter, but it is still a verb. It is still a verb, and a verb will have, and it is madi, a verb will have fi'l fa'il. So it has got a fi'l fa'il. But as Ustad said, it is made clear. So what is that which is made clear? It is at the moment hidden, implicit. That there is likely, if the huwa is the internal file, here is internal file, what happens? They're likely that an external file might be there, right? Normally, you will identify that external file with marfu sign, dhamma ending. If it is singular word, or what if it is multiple word, like annahu aduun, that he is an enemy together. Can you see now? It is made clear to him that indeed he is an enemy. So now you reword this. It became apparent to him that he was an enemy to Allah. This is external file. Annahu adun, that he is an enemy, is made clear to him. Is coming separating the mubtada and khabar. But the mubtada is here compound, and it is external file of tabayyana. See if you can absorb it. If you can, that will be miracle. I'm not expecting for you to understand it 100% now. 50% is good enough, but there will be more and more coming, and it will be all okay, inshallah. Ustada, you want to say anything else?
Yeah, nothing pretty much. I just wanted to explain this ayah itself, and you did it better. So, alhamdulillah. So now tabayyana, as we know that the hidden file is here huwa. So when we have the huwa or the hiya, if you remember, when we have the hidden file, huwa or the hiya, it will also come as the external file. So it became clear. What became clear? That he is an enemy. So this is the external file here, which represents the huwa. Okay.
Good. Excellent. So this is the hardest one on this page, okay? Because it's from four-letter verb. However, inshallah, you will understand. So, Ustada, shall I just say something few addition?
Yes, Ustad.
Okay. If you go to the front page of this lesson, first page, everyone pay attention. If you could take these lines out, please. Yeah, I'm looking at Haulai Nasu. If you could enlarge it and take the writing out and enlarge this section, please. Right, brothers and sisters, I am now going over to make sure that you are solid on lesson 4, difference between Sifat and Haal. Now, someone like Brother Dennis or Sister Shamila, who has first time came to the, and there are others as well, to this chapter of compound structure. Hal Sifat, difference. Ustada has taught it extremely well, subhanallah. But she said, if there is a nakira ism, after that is a single word or a sentence or a phrase coming, that will be treated as Sifat. After a nakira ism, you know that now by now. Then she also taught you, if there is a marifa noun, something coming after that marifa noun, a single word, a full sentence, or a phrase, that will be hal. So we are looking at only this part. Haulai nasu tayyibuna. Okay? So, an-nasu is a marifa. Now, something coming after a marifa noun, Ustada taught that it will be hal. So, is tayyibuna hal here or sifat here? I'm asking only the brand new students of module 2 here. Please answer. According to what we taught you, an-nasu is a marifa noun, something at-tayyibuna
Has to be hal. Yeah, if it is marifa, it has to be hal.
Okay.
Hal,
Brother
yeah.
Dennis, same thing?
Yes, has to be how. Yes.
Okay, but you are forgetting there are conditions of this formula, of this rule.
Yes.
What did he say? It has to be connected to an action having a fail verb before that. Is it there?
No.
Then it is not a hal.
Yes.
Okay, number 1. Number 2, in that case, what is the relationship between an-nasu and tayyibuna?
By meaning, it has to be shifa, because it can't be hal. By meaning, like
But
nasu tayyibun.
still, it has to meet the criteria. Rule means it has to be part of the action. Some
Yeah.
action is happening in a state. An-nasu tayyibuna is a state. No, and there is no verb. It is not saying action happened and in a particular state. No, it's not there.
Yes.
So it is not a hal. Okay? Now,
Yes.
what is it then here? An-nasu tayyibuna, what's the relationship? You know that. Al.
Mausu
Mausu sifa.
Yeah,
Mausu
mausu.
sifa. It is describing what kind of people.
Yeah.
90 people. Description. So these two are mausu sifa. Haulai an-nasu. Haulai an-nasu is what? Hawlai.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm extra. I'm talking extra. Hawlai, what kind of noun is it? Hawlai. They.
yeah,
What is it? Is
that's
it
a
demonstrative noun or
small ishara.
Ismul Ishara and Musharun Ilai, right? So Hawlai and An-Nasu is a phrase. Connected. We got it.
Okay.
We need to draw. Put
Murakabul
bracket.
ishara.
Murakkabi
Ishara.
Ishara. So together.
Yeah.
Then what is An-Nasu and At-Tayyibun are there then? Another Maqsuf Sifa.
Yeah,
An-Nasu is playing full role here.
Murakabut tawsif.
Sophie, right, okay. So we got two phrases here within one thing, and this how like two phrases together, Murakkab Ishari plus Murakkab Tawsifi together is now a compound Mubtada. This is compound grammar, brothers and sisters. Some of you will love it, and some of you will say, oh, because you have to watch this video time to time, and when you read the Quran, see a complex situation, think about it, do your own research, and then ask and confirm in the WhatsApp group. Then it will be clear. And if you don't do it, it will remain like this, half done, half-hearted, rest of the journey. No, don't do that. And it is simple. Don't tell me it's hard. No. Ustada has taught everything so well. I just, then the Ustada, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, can you show somewhere, please? Lillahi Rabbil Alamin Mudaf chain. I wanted to show another example so that you know what Mudaf chain is.
Maybe I will share the Quran screen, maybe.
Yeah, please, anything. Okay. Or I can show, Ustada.
I have the Tajweed Musab open here.
I have to show something. So
Okay,
let
then.
me share quickly, okay? Inshallah. Surah Baqarah, and it's page 1, and then Surah Baqarah. Quran, yes. I have to share my screen. How do I do that? Come on, please. Come on, please. Come on, please. And got it. And got it. And got it. You can see my screen, right, everyone? Give it to
Yes. Yes.
Right. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can you see? Everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We
Okay.
can see, but it's small, a bit small.
Okay. Is it big enough?
Yeah,
Inside.
Okay. Right. B, Harfijar, correct? One word. I've got ism here. Next word. Ismillahi. Allah's name. Mudaf ilaihi, right? You agree?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So we got
Yes.
a
Yeah.
Mudaf ilahi structure here. Allah, Bismillahir Rahmani. Okay? So this is not Mudaf ilahi. Sorry, this is not.
This is not.
No, okay. That Rabbul Alamin,
Rabbul Alamin
that is the best, but you will see the
was,
option, okay? But I want to show you a few little more example of compound structure here. Zalika as a single ism, it itself can become a mudaf. Okay, my brothers and sisters, easy. An ism coming at the beginning, it will be a jumlatul ismiya and it will play the role of a mudaf. But we are module 2 student. It will not only in a single word will become mubtada, but it can also have some relationship and together it might be mubtada. Dhalikal kitabu is musharun, ismul ishara musharun ilahi murakkabi ishari mubtada together. Can you see it's a compound? Understand this? Dhalikal kitabu together, that book.
Yeah.
That is the book. Or that book. Both okay. So Mubtada is a murakkab ishari. Then we'll talk about this also in details another time, many times, inshallah. This is, now we got Mubtada, now we have to find Khabar. So this is Khabar 1. That's the best analysis of that. We will be using it mostly. There are other ways of doing it, but this is universal. We all will be using this. Khabar 1 and this is Khabar 2. You see, all compound. So this is point number 1. Point number 2, what is this then? What is this doing here? What is the role? Can anybody say here? Jumlatul Ismiya advanced lesson, it is probably 34, 26, 27, around that, okay? Very nice, very detailed we have. If you have interest, please go back to that chapter, all the students. And that is very detailed about this, what I'm talking about, but I think you know. Alladhina, yes?
Alladhina yu'minuna, those who believe would be a mubtada.
No. Alladhina, you see, I don't want to give too much information. Alladhina's general identity, it is a sifat. It will describe something before it appears, generally, all of you. But it will be taught, sister, okay, Shamila?
Okay.
So, this Mubtada, you said correct, but this is basic first level grammar. And then we change it, okay? Alladhina always describes, not always, sometime it will not. And we will explain this later. But generally, its identity, you see, Alladhina, what does it mean? The one who. Khalaqallah,
This is those.
Allah is Khaliq.
Yes.
Allah is Khaliq. Alladhi khalaqal insana.
Yeah.
Okay? Alladhi, the one who. It means it's talking about something which is touched before.
Yes.
Allah is Khaliq. Alladhi khalaqal insana, the one who created insan. So it always describes. It is module 2 knowledge for you, and it has to be understood now. And for that reason, can you see here, that is the book, there is no doubt about it, and that book is a guidance for muttaqin, lil muttaqin, al muttaqin. Now it is saying who the al muttaqins are.
Oh, mashallah. Subhan.
Those who are muttaqin. Muttaqin describing those who yu'minun. Can you see the description? It's a sifat. And what is the mawsuf of that? This one. Okay, now look at this. A number of ways, 4 or 5 ways of describing all these verses. But I'll stick to one way, inshallah. Follow me. Allazina yu'minuna. Allazina is ismul mawsul, correct? And it will have silatul mawsul. It is ismul mawsul. So there has to be silatul mawsul. Where does it start? Where does it finish? It starts here. What is silatul mawsul? Silatul mawsul gives additional information about the subject which this is describing. So muttaqins are those who believe. Silatul mawsul starts from here and silatul mawsul finishes here, in short. So can you see how long is the silatul mawsul? Yu'minuna bil ghaibi wa yuqimuna as-salata wa mimma razaqnahum yunfiqun. And you are good in our ataf chapter, conjunction, 57 lesson in module 1.
Yes.
I mastered it. Now look at this. Yu'minuna, yuqimuna, yunfiquna, and there are waw here in between harf ataf, another one. So you have got sila 1, Sila 1,
One Matuf.
Sila 2, and Sila 3, and there, this is Matufu ala. Ustad Aisha is saying, this is Matufu ala yu'minuna bil ghaib. This is Matuf 1, also another way of saying it. And also this is Matuf 2. So can you see these Matuf 1, Matuf 2 connected with this Waw harf ataf, connected with Matuf ala yu'minuna together, that is a Sila. Within Sila. This is what you'll be doing. There is a Jumlatul Fi'liya, and then there is Jaru Majrur Muta'alliq. So this is one connected, independent part. Then this is also another one, Fail Fa'il and As-Salata Maf'ul bihi Jumlatul Fi'liya Ful. Then this is also another Jumla here. Can you see? Jumla and Jumla and Jumla everywhere. And we need to just identify them, connect them, then you'll see everything is connected. That's when you have the full control, grasp on Quranic verses. Is it hard? No, at the moment it is hard. But if you keep listening, follow all this video, watching all this, I have got number of students, alhamdulillah, they have done it, my brothers and sisters. How did they do it? They just followed what we said. Alhamdulillah. Beautiful. They are on module 3. I can see that when they interpret the sentence and Allah break it down. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. So you need to go to that stage. But for that you have to. I'm asking Ustad Shami, are you there? Ustad Shami, are you there?
It's their Maghrib time.
Yeah, I'm asking every student. I'm begging, because you know how passionate I am to take you there. You should attend all the module 2 classes. This is final thing. This is final phase. Don't miss it. Don't feel that, I have done it once or twice. No, this is finishing time. This is like final revision time. And I'll be saying something which I didn't say before, because at that time you were slightly less confident. So brother, people like Brother Dennis and Sister Shamila and others, this is your first time. But you can also make it very strong from beginning, inshallah. So then look at this. I've got Al-Ladina here. Then with Al-Ladina, all these are connected, fine. Then I've got Wal-Ladina. Wow, what is happening here? What is this doing, Aisha? So this part,
Connecting to the other Alladina.
yeah. So this is Ma'tufu ala, and this is Ma'tuf, the whole thing. What can I do? It's not my fault, it is there. Al-Lazina, Wal-Lazina. Al-Lazina, then something, and then Wal-Lazina. So this is Ma'tufu ala, and this is Ma'tuf. Then inside Ma'tuf, I've got Ismul Mawsul, Silatul Mawsul, and many other things, individual sentences. That's how it is. This is Murakkab. This is compoundness. This is compoundness. So when you see small, not long one, small one, and also Al-Qur'an app is there, that will guide you to do what I'm trying to show you now. Slowly, take your time, pause. And if you do about 25 verses analysis like that, you are there, inshallah. Plus you have to really listen and talk and attend these quizzes, etc., time to time. So it is 47. I think we passed the time some time ago. I think we should conclude the class, Ustada. If you could do that, please. If you have any question, I'm here. Feel free. But Ustada, formally close the class, please. Ustada Hazira.
Okay. Okay, Ustad. Okay, I hope the lessons were clear, and I want everyone to please go through both the lessons a couple of times, and do not feel afraid that so many things are coming up. Just relax and keep reviewing everything, so it will become clear as you go through them over and over again, inshallah. So with that note, I will end the class here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. تقبل الله منا ومنكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
جزاكم الله خيرا كثيرا.
جزاكم الله خيرا.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Feel free to ask me question if you